shout out to you and your partners on that for, getting off your seat and actually then doing it your way.
Yeah. I mean, we really wanted it to be the best place for productive agents to grow their business. That was what was in our mind when we were building Bloomtree. And so we had our other franchise agreement was ending. And so we just made the preparation to take it live. Bloomtree, August 1st, 2014. We just celebrated our 7th anniversary. So super excited about that. Yeah. So we had about 50 agents when we started. We're about 200 agents right now. We are on track to do about $1 billion in sales by the end of the year. So we're very excited about that benchmark. Got to be on the Real Trends top 500 brokerages last year. That was another exciting benchmark that we were happy to achieve. So we've been able to do some fun and exciting things, and we've got a really great group of agents. So excited to be here and be in Prescott.
All right. I love the Prescott area. My fraternity brother's uncle used to run I believe it was the Dodge dealership up there, by the way.
Oh, really?
So if
You've been here.
If I've been there, there.
Fantastic.
I used to ski up there, and that's where I broke my first set of skis in college.
Oh.
Now, granted, folks,
in Flagstaff. I think you were skiing in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Not far away, but yeah.
For me, it's the whole area. Now, granted, there was a bunch of rocks on it, which is why it broke, right? Not my aggressive nature. But now let's talk a little bit about Northern Arizona and the trends, because there's a difference, folks. Prescott, if you ever been up there near Flagstaff, Arizona has trees.
We do.
It's not all a desert.
I know everyone thinks of the cactus in the desert, but that's more Phoenix and Tucson. There's a lot of other places in Arizona that look different. So
this week, let's talk a little bit about the market in Northern Arizona. And if you want to get out to Sholo or up into Navajo Nation in the upper right, Window Rock. I don't know if you guys cover out there as well, but
but maybe someday soon.
It's a beautiful, Northern Arizona is absolutely beautiful, folks. You need to visit it and swing by Sedona for a little mud spa and yoga. Namaste.
Yes, and some wine in the Cottonwood area. That's our wine country.
So how about the housing market? What's the latest?
It is hot, hot.
You're from Arizona. You can't use that term.
I know. Well, as you know, Arizona is one of the states that's been experiencing, high ingrowth of, migration. And we actually have had migration for decades. So it's not really new. It's just maybe been a little extra, due to the pandemic and people kind of moving out of cities. And we get a lot of people in the Prescott and Sedona Verde Valley area where our brokerages are. We get a lot of people from Phoenix. We also have agents in Phoenix. We get a lot of people that come from all over California, Southern and Northern California, coming into Arizona. So it's a real popular place to move if you want to enjoy the beautiful weather, because we do have really great weather year round for doing things outside. We do have lakes, so you can do the kayaking, hiking, mountain biking. You can really, spread your arms out and, stretch and enjoy the fresh air and the beauty in Northern Arizona.
Now, have you seen any change in the number of offers per listings? Any change in volume in your area?
Yeah, it was ridiculous the first part of the year. I mean, we've actually been busy for quite some time. I mean, Prescott's been growing for several years. We've been growing and doing well, and it was really busy right before the pandemic. And then we had like a little blip where we took a break, and then it got really busy again, right, around May.
What's really busy?
Just a lot of buyers. Our agents were just, showing a lot of buyers homes, people coming in, wanting to move, just like you've seen with the pandemic trends with the Sun Belt growing, and people coming from our metro areas, Phoenix area, up to Prescott to get that second home, to kind of be able to work from home and still enjoy the great outdoors. So we did see an uptick in a lot of people coming to the area, and a lot of buyers making offers, and homes were getting, 10, 12, 15, 20 offers. It's not quite as crazy going into fall. I think, we got a lot of those buyers homes, and then we still have buyers, but it's, it might get 3 or 4 offers instead of, 15, 20 now.
Well,
still hot.
We only need one offer.
I know
Period.
you only need one good one, right? That closes.
Have you seen, how did, as a COO, how were you able, or what changes did you have to make operationally for your agents and TCs and admins be able to handle the volume? And then as any of that changes going to continue, if some areas of market's not changing, folks, it's still pretty hot.
Yeah. Well, we've expanded our TC team. So we have more TCs and we have more agent services and support so that agents can focus on their meetings with clients. So we have done that. And I don't see that changing, because really that's the highest value for our great agents, to be out there talking with buyers and sellers and not doing some of the administrative tasks. And then we have other people that they excel at the administrative tasks, and that's what it's best to have them do. So we've expanded that. We've done a lot of things online. We went to right away. The first change we made was adopting a storybook where we could do show a listing. We were expecting longer marketing times for listings right away in the pandemic. We thought, well, the listings we have, we'll be marketing them longer because people can't travel and come here. So let's be innovative in how we can tell the story of our town and these homes and these neighborhoods. So we started making storybooks for each subdivision, and then we could just put the town and the subdivision and the house and layer it into a storybook online that we could send to our clients. So we were ramping up for that, and that was fun. But what we noticed is, of course, as people came out of the first, lockdown, they were traveling here more, and things were selling really quickly. So we just adapted to that, to things happening in one day.
Nice. All right. And then I think that reminds me, I mean, we all say, and we hear it a lot, right? You want your agents facing customers and not doing the operational. Right. That's where the money is, and time consuming.
They're people, that's not a skill you can really teach. It's a gift, it's a talent. And so if they have that talent and they're great at, their rapport with clients, and they have the knowledge to be an advocate for that client, which, we have a robust training program. And so we want everybody to bring value to their clients. Then you want them out there with the clients and not, pushing buttons in the office,
So how was the search for TCs? How difficult or how challenging it was, and how long did that process take?
It doesn't take long at all. Actually, we have partners with some virtual assistants, and that has helped us ramp up according to what we need and quickly. So we have expanded our virtual assistant workforce, and we have people that work from home, work from remotely. So it was not hard at all to do that.
And if you're a TC out there, and you're working remotely, you should check out Flagstaff and Prescott.
Yeah, anybody working digitally. We have people moving in for that reason. We have good broadband internet out here in Prescott. I mean, there are areas in northern Arizona and rural Arizona where it's still a challenge, not going to lie about that, but it's one of the top things that's being looked at, internet as a utility, and getting that set up for even our most rural areas. But, Prescott is the third largest town in Arizona, and it's not, we have 300,000 people. It's not like a tiny little podunk town. I mean, we have great internet and great amenities.
Well, 300,000 people. I mean, I think that's probably the same size as an Oklahoma City, almost the same size as an Oklahoma City that has a basketball team. Yeah. So, but you're only like an hour from the Grand Canyon, right?
No, it's probably more like 2.5. Yeah.
And how far from Sedona?
I haven't driven from here to Grand Canyon. It's 4 hours from Phoenix. I know that.
How far to Sedona?
Sedona, it's very interesting because the Sedona Verde Valley area actually is mostly in Yavapai County, which is our same county. And it's really only like 30 miles away. But there's a mountain that you have to go around. Yeah. So you can either go around the mountain on the interstate, which, I do. But if you're a more adventuresome driver, which I'm not, you can go straight up the mountain. There's a windy road, and you can go through a really cute little town called Jerome, which is, was an old mining town. And it's a ghost town now, but it's really been adopted by a lot of creatives and artists. And so there's a lot of little shops up there and places to eat lunch and stuff. So it's a fun drive, and it's a windy road up the mountain, but it's beautiful. I have done it once. Somebody else drove.
So you're finding people moving in from out of town. What is motivating them, and how do you serve them? You have the storybook that you create, but how else can your agents help them when they're moving from afar? Are they mostly Californians or Washington?
A lot of them are Californians. We get a lot of people from the Midwest as well, like Chicago area, that, a lot of especially, retired people moving to the warmer states, just like the Sun Belt, just the trends in the Sun Belt you would expect. And so they usually come and visit, and we meet with them, and we have a really great location. We're right down on the courthouse square. So if you haven't been to Prescott, well, one, I recommend you come. And two, if you've ever seen the movie Back to the Future, and do you know that scene where Marty McFly is like riding a skateboard around the town square, and there's the courthouse with the clock? That's Prescott. That's downtown Prescott. We just don't have the clock on the courthouse, but we do have the courthouse and the square and shops and restaurants, and it's a real fun place to be. And so everything that kind of happens in Prescott happens downtown on the courthouse square. It's really a community gathering place. So our art festivals, our summer concert series, like there's Corvette show here next week. I mean, everything happens downtown on the square, and we are right there on the busiest corner across from the courthouse on Gurley and Cortez is where our office is. So we get a lot of people that come in to visit, and we have a welcome center down there where they can come in and they can get information about the area, where to hike, where to stay, where to eat. And we really just familiarize them with those, how to live like a local here, and build rapport with them. And then, we tour them around, just like you would expect a real estate agent to do, and show them property. And then a lot of times, if they don't get something their first trip, then we'll keep in touch. And, we use our CRM, we keep in touch. And when they come back out, we get them in a property they like.
Speaking of CRM, the question that comes up often when you are, especially for an operations manager, from your perspective, how do you get your agents to adopt technology, use the CRM that's recommended or required by their brokerage?
Yeah, it's a tough question, and it's a challenge. That is a challenge. Now, we have Prescott has always been one of the top retirement communities. And so when you say, the average real estate agent's 57 or whatever the current age is, close to that, that really does, mirror our agent population. But and some of those people are really into tech, and some of them just aren't. And so we really encourage people to go with who they are. And if they are, if they're tech inclined or they want to learn, we have all kinds of classes to teach them. Our CRM company has a whole video library. We chose them because they have great video training that you can attend, and you can watch it again and again and again until you get it. And we will support them if they want to do it. But if it's just not their thing, then we tell them, hire someone to do it for you.
So let's what CRM are you using, Leslie?
Currently we are KV Core clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and let's take a little shift because, folks, this is Propy's weekly webinar, and Propy is also all about crypto and blockchain in the real estate. So we will always bring this question up. Leslie, it's Prescott. We're in Northern California, average agents, probably 50 plus, my generation, if you can't tell. Are you getting any requests from buyers wanting to purchase a home in crypto up there? And what do you do?
We've had a few requests. We've had a few requests of people that are interested in doing it. And I do want to also point out that we, along with our 57-year-olds, we have a good crop of young millennial agents too. And they're doing a lot of investing in Bitcoin and things like that. But we don't have a title company up here currently that will allow that will handle the sale with crypto. So when I've talked to them, they've, just been concerned about the anonymity and, the stability, and it's just new. So we don't have it. It's not being done here yet, but definitely we have people who are interested in crypto, and it'll come.
Well, I do want to do a shout out because folks, we're in Arizona. We're in Prescott, Arizona right now with Leslie Guiley, COO, broker team, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. One of another or two co-founders of Bloom Tree Realty. I think I got that right, Leslie.
Yep.
I did read there's prop chain title down in the Phoenix area that is title and escrow that knows how to do crypto transactions. Of course, I do know this, folks, because they use Propy's platform, and our platform can handle crypto transactions. In fact, Leslie, you may not know, Propy was the first one in the world to do a crypto transaction utilizing Propy's platform back in 2016. And in June of this year, Propy even used its platform to transact the first residential real estate apartment complex sold as an NFT. So this is all things crypto and blockchain and real estate, in addition to offer management, transaction management. Just reach out to someone at Propy here and we'll guide you to the right partner.
Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, we know that the world is changing, and it's a very interesting technology for sure. So I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, I was going to ask, in the transaction, the title ones you're using, and I've heard recently from others that, and I was recently at a land title association event in Colorado, and they were reporting that, in a normal year, we have 5 million transactions. Five, maybe 5.5. They're recording 6 million transactions last year. That's during a pandemic. So that's 500,000 more homes sold during the pandemic. And one of the things they were complaining, their challenge was it was hard to reserve time with escrow officers because they're not in abundance. It's not something that you can ramp up quickly.
They weren't taking live appointments.
Right. And so the model has kind of changed. And I was there educating them on crypto and blockchain and how ultimately, and folks, blockchain is not to replace your title and escrow, but our future goal is to take that 30 to 60-day closing. It can be done down to a week, right? Yeah. And that's where the improvement is. And can you imagine how much of a person's life is back, or how much more they can do when we make, operationally, we make things more streamlined and efficient.
Well, and that's what the consumers want. They want a transaction with less friction. They want it to be easier from all points, easier to find the properties, easier to get their inspections and their loans and their title done. They want less friction in the transaction, and that is what's gonna win out. That's what we all should be going for, to make it easier for the consumer.
And as an operational, I did want to ask you, a millennial agent versus someone of my generation who grew up 100% face-to-face with a pen and paper, right? And we would literally lick stamps and do mailings, versus a millennial who expects everything done now, and they just go, why isn't it this way, right? How have you had to adjust operationally, either onboarding or inter-agent communication?
Well, we really try to adapt to our customer is the agent, right? I mean, of course, our buyer and seller is the agent's client, and that is our customer too. But primarily, we're here for agents to help them with their business. So we do, we look for people who want to learn, right, and who want to grow and change. And we do pride ourselves on having the most productive agents in the market. So we're looking for people who are producers or are trying to be producers, and then we'll help them where they are. So we don't expect them, someone who grew up with pen and paper, they're maybe not used to learning on an online format of training. But someone who's a millennial, I mean, they don't even want to go to class. They're like, just send me a video. I'll watch it on YouTube. Like, my son, I told you it's my son's birthday today. Shout out to my son, JT, he's turning 16. And that kid he's a tech guru, and he didn't learn it from any class he was in or from me. He learned a lot from being on YouTube, and just going out there and doing. So they watch a video and they just go and do, and that's how they learn. So you have to have more than one way of learning to serve your client. So we have, group classes in-house. We have small group classes. We do we have a coach here to do one-on-one coaching with agents. And we have a lot of things available on our learning platform. So they have a variety of ways that they can engage with the content.
And how often are your team or group meetings?
We have them every week. We have stuff going on every day, honestly, in the office. So,
during now, how do you build the team bonding? Are you back in person? Are there
yes.
gathering events? What do you do for
it
team
is
bonding part?
Northern Arizona, and we have been back for quite a while. So we do have things that we do, guidelines for when we're showing property and masking up and sanitizing and social distance and all that. But we have been back live in the office for quite a while. So we do build community a variety of ways. We were doing Zoom meetings for a while, but we do have some Zoom content still, and we do have some live content. And we've done a lot of things like where we try to go outside and do like an outdoor company picnic, to try to still be able to get together. One of the first things we did is we got a taco truck. One of our agents that used to be an agent, but she opened up a taco truck, did this taco truck with her husband, and we had the taco truck come and, serve everybody, and we all ate outside. So we do social things to get together. We do community things. We used to do a lot more of we built a Habitat for Humanity house. But like most recently, our fundraiser was we supported this charity called the Launchpad, which is really about adventure programming for teens, getting teens outside and out from behind screens. And so we did Get Unplugged with Bloomtree, and we went hiking, and we raised money through getting unplugged and hiking for that local charity. And so those are the things that we do that really build community among our agents. We also have a really great collaborative culture. So agents know that if they need help, like they're in something that is new to them, and they can just come in the office, and there's other seasoned agents in our broker team, and we'll be here to help them out. So we have a Facebook group where we all ask each other questions. It's just really interactive. So a variety of ways is the answer.
Thank you. We're approaching the end, so I did want to give you an opportunity. 3 things that a brokerage can do to best help their agents.
Listen to your agents. They'll tell you what they want and need. Continually improve. I mean, you don't want to stay the same because markets shift, agent needs shift, technology trends shift. So stay in the learning mode and evolve, and just have a great attitude and be there to support your agents, because that's what they want. They want that. That's what they want a brokerage for, other than to process their transaction. They want great broker support. So.
Excellent. Great. Leslie, thank you very much. And folks, you've been watching this week's episode of Propy's weekly webinar. Please stay on if you would like to see a demo of Propy's offer management by Gwyneth Iredale. And for the rest of you, thank you again. And next week, we'll be down into the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, where we'll have Susan Nicholson, who's the broker owner for Sun Cactus Realty. And we'll get a little insight of what's going down in the Phoenix metro area. Fantastic. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Leslie. Great to have you. Thank you.
Pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
And thank you all, and have a